all of that good stuff. So looks good so far. Let's reverse the order of these and see if we have any errors. See if our booleans are keeping it from glitching out. Okay, yep, looks good to me. Okay, so all of that code looks fantastic. I can't believe we did it without any errors. So big round of applause for me, and smash that like button for good typing. Let's see here. So let's continue on. The next function we need to create in here below the yield M4, we're going to create the aim function. So our Marine there will actually aim the weapon, which is actually simpler than you guys might think. So if weapon aimed is equal to false, then neck.co equals neck.co times cframe dot angles 0 math.rad -15 0. Okay, great. So this weapon aimed is false. If it is false, this essentially is just keeping track if our head is looking down the sights or not, if our head is like tilted or not. So if it is false, then our head is not tilted yet, and then this will just simply tilt our head 15 degrees to the right, so we look down the sights of the weapon, and then after that we're going to do weapon aimed equals true. So go ahead and flip that boolean. Next we're going to do some lerping magic here. You know, if you guys have watched me before, then you know I love my lerping for loops. It's like my bread and butter essentially. So we'll set that up. Local look equals vector3.new target.position.x my torso.position.y. Wait. Yes, that. My torso.position.y and then target.position.z. I got confused there for a second, but we are all good. So we are essentially creating a point at the target position X, target position Y, but we want it to be at our height because we're going to be rotating the torso with this look variable here. We don't need a variable for the actual aimer piece, but we do need to rotate the character to actually look at whatever we're aiming at. So we are going to go ahead and plug that into our torso C-frame. So my torso C-frame equals my torso dot C-frame lerp. Good old lerp, whatever that means. I know what it means. C-frame.new. Starting point is my torso.position, and then whatever we want to look at, which is going to be look, which is our vector3 point that we created, that is on the same height with our torso, so we won't glitch out when we're turning. Yeah, because we can't. It's just math, guys. Don't worry about it. Anyways, carrying on here, we'll do if reloading equals to false, then we can aim. So if we're in the middle of reloading our weapon, I allow the guy to turn and face our targets, but we want the gun to stay in the reloading position, which is going to be facing down. So that is why we have it set up like that. So if reloading equals false, the aimer weld dot part1 equals nil. Aimer C-frame equals aimer.C-frame lerp. Again, C-frame.new aimer.position, and then target.position. Easy enough. And then I. And then also, I forgot an I in here too, I believe. So I'll go ahead and fix that. That should be good. And then we are going to set the weld again. If you guys don't know what lerping is, I have a great video on lerping. That is my very first video on the channel. You should go check it out. But essentially, we are unsetting the weld, lerping a little bit, like slightly moving the gun, and then resetting the weld so the gun doesn't fall. And we're going to be doing this so quickly that the gun just does not fall at all, but it will still rotate. So it's a nice little hack to get by that. So that works for me, that works for you, everybody's happy, right? There's probably a better way of doing it, I just have not figured it out yet. So in 2 months from now, we can create another video where I roast this code that I'm writing now. Okay, so headweld.part1 equals nil. What? Head weld dump. What the hell is head weld? What? Head weld. Okay. I think I had, we're deleting that. That is not going to be in the code. We don't use head weld. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Forget you guys ever saw that. Forget about it. And this function is supposed to be up here. Reset head. There we go. Okay. That should be working now. Let's go ahead and test it out so we can start building out the main code logic here. So if target, if check site, target, then continue. If check dist target is greater than 15, then continue. So if we are further than 15 studs away, we're going to draw the M4 and then aim at the target. And then eventually we'll probably shoot in there also, but not yet. Let's see, what else can we do in here? So if check site, if target, if check site. Okay, so if we do not have a line of sight to the target, we will do if weapon aimed, then equals true, then continue. We will do weapon aimed equals false, and then we will go ahead and reset the head back to normal, and then we will do spawn function for I equals 0, 1, 0.1, do wait. Yeah, 0.1 do wait aimer weld part 1 equals nil. Aimer.cframe equals my torso.cframe times cframe.new 0, 0.5, 0 times cframe.angles math.rad -35 0, 0. And then aimer weld will be reset again to part 1 equals aimer if weapon aimed, then break. Okay, all right. So if we do not have a clear line of sight to the target and the weapon is currently being aimed, then we are going to unaim the weapon. So we're going to return our head to normal. And then this spawn loop function basically lowers the weapon to the ground. So when we're running towards or trying to pathfind to the target, we're not just constantly aiming the weapon. This kind of points to the ground like we would be walking with the weapon. Because when you walk with an M4 in real life, you do not hold it facing forward the entire time, because that would be a pain in the ass to do. Anyways, and then at the end here, believe we need to move this one more up. So yeah, else, so if the weapon is aimed, then it's going to do all that magical shit. And then either way, if this is aimed or not, then we're going to be walking towards the target position. And then we will do other stuff here. So if there is no target, then we're going to walk random, but we also need to yield the M4. Yeah. So if there's no target, we'll put the M4 away. And then all was good in the world. And then also one more thing. We need to update this weight to be super duper fast. Okay, great. Let's go ahead and see what we got cooking here. So you see he's doing the thing, and then we got errors because we suck at programming. Part 2 is a nil value. No, I know where that is. Check dist target. Yeah, check dist my torso target. Okay, there you go. So make sure you have the my torso in the check dist because it requires 2 parts. Don't be like me. Don't forget how your functions work in the middle of a video. Anyways, let's see. And as you can see, he aims at the figure very well. And you can see he aims up now. Believe it or not, up and down. Awesome. And then if the figure gets too far away, he switches to a different target because we have too many figures. Great. All right, as you can see, he puts the weapon down to pathfind towards the target. And then once he gets over to the target, then he raises the weapon again. So it looks like everything we just wrote is working pretty well. Let's just make sure the pathfinding is working. The wander function or whatever is working. And yes, it looks like you are wandering. He is wandering. Amazing. Everything is good in the world. Back to the grind. So I believe we can make him shoot now, and that is going to be amazing because the shoot is so advanced now, guys. The bullet stuff is so good since I figured out how to use Roblox trails and stuff. It's all this new age stuff. Okay, so if weapon cool is true and reloading, oh god, reloading is equal to false, then continue, and we're gonna indent everything because it's amazing. Okay, so after we do shoot, then the weapon cool is equal to true. Yeah, I can't believe we didn't have a weapon, or weapon cool equals false. Yeah, my bad. Messed that up. Okay, so local shot is going to be a placeholder for something, and then we need to do if check dist target my torso is greater than 60, then shot equals 1. Oh shit. Yeah, we need to change this also. So we're gonna lowercase that because that's my thing now, is I lowercase everything. And shoot, and we need to have a target value in there. So if the target is greater than 60 studs away, then we're gonna do like a single shot with the weapon to be more accurate. If it is closer than 60 studs, then we're going to do 3-shot burst, essentially. So that will be some good variation for our guy. So now we'll do for I equals 1 shot do. So if we only shoot 1 shot, then this will only run this loop 1 time. If we have shot equals to 3, this will loop through 3 times. So it's a nice clean way of doing that. We'll wait a tenth of a second between each shot. And then we need to start subtracting ammo from the magazine. So mag equals mag minus 1 for 1 bullet each time. Local flash looks good. Bullet, we need to adjust this a little bit, change that to that, this to this, because we're rotating the bullet a little bit differently now. We need to change the bullet material to be neon dot material dot neon. God, I'm getting a headache from looking at this god-awful code that I wrote 2 months ago. Who knows where I'm gonna be 2 months from now? Probably delete the YouTube channel 2 months from now, hopefully. Let's see, so bullet, all that good stuff, and then bullet touched looks pretty good. If human, then human. We want to randomize, we want to add some actual stuff in here. So if object.name is equal to head, then human take damage 100. So if it is a headshot, then it is going to do like critical damage, which will be 100 health, which will kill most NPCs. If it is not a headshot, like a body shot or something, we'll do take damage math.random 30 to 40 damage. Just break it up a little bit so it's not shooting the exact same damage every single time. That's boring. And then after it touches something, bullet destroys, so it doesn't touch anything else. Fire sound play, yeah, that's all good. And then after this, yeah, we don't need velocity in the bullet anymore, believe it or not. We're using a body velocity value. So it will be more smooth and it will fly forever in one direction, like a real bullet. Like a real bullet, never hits the ground. But for Roblox purposes, it will be fine. So BV body velocity, BV dot max force equals vector3.new math.huge, math.huge, math.huge. So infinite force is the max force, and then BV dot velocity equals aimer dot cframe dot look vector plus spread times 300. And did I not declare spread anywhere? Oh, I forgot. Okay, so up here we need the spread value. So local spread equals vector3.new math.random negative shot dividable by 100 math.random negative 100 no, negative shot divide by 100, and then math.random negative shot shot divide by 100. Okay, cool. All right, so that's our bullet spread. So obviously if shot is 1, it's going to be either precisely accurate or for the most part accurate, but when you get into the range of the burst shot, is going to be more random because it could be 1 through 3 divided by 100, which is going to be a much bigger spread than 1 to 0 divided by 100. So that will make the bullet look better. Essentially, it's going to make our guy look more realistic. Looks good. Okay, so now we're going to add a cool like whizzing sound to our guy. So, or our bullet, I mean. So instance.new sound, and then bullet, and then s.volume equals 0.7. Then s.playback speed equals 7. So I actually took like a rocket launcher sound when I was doing this. Yeah, I took a rocket launcher sound when I was doing this, and I sped it up 7 times, and it plays so fast it sounds like a bullet flying by, because I could not find a bullet whizzing sound for like the life of me. So I made my own for free. I'm not paying Roblox to upload a sound to their game for other people to use. That makes no sense. Why should I have to pay Roblox to upload a sound? Doesn't make any sense. So anyways, sound ID is going to be that, and then S will be play. So as the bullet flies by, we'll get a cool little sound effect there. Now we're going to do the attachments to the bullet so we can have a trail behind it. So local A1 equals instance.new attachment. Parent is bullets. A1.position equals vector3.new 0.050, and this is all in relative position to the bullet, kind of like a weld would be. And then do another attachment for the bottom of the bullet, essentially. So A2.position equals vector3.new 0 negative 0.05, and then 0. So we'll have one up and then one down. Should be good. And then we can do the trail. So local t equals instance.new. Oh god, I can't type. Instance.new trail. Parent will be bullet, of course. God, get your commas, boys. Get your commas. So T, trail, bullet, yep, all that good stuff. And then T.attachment 1 equals A1. T.attachment, oh shit. T.attachment 0 equals A1. T.attachment dot 1 equals A2. Okay, don't ask why I do it like that. It just works for me. And then T.color equals color sequence dot new bullet dot color. Okay, so we'll just copy the color of the bullet, and then t dot width scale equals number sequence dot new and then the smallest, or the bigger one, and then the smaller one. So that way we get nice little like cone-shaped trail behind the bullet. You won't really be able to see it, but it will look a little bit better. Then the trail lifetime for how long it stays alive is going to be 1/3 of a second. Almost done with this function. So aimerweld dot part1 equals nil. Then aimer.cframe equals aimer.cframe times cframe.angles math.rad math.random 1 4 divided by 4 and then 0 0. Aimer weld dot part1 equals aimer. Okay, great. So this is the weapon kickback essentially. So it just kicks it back like a random, a small amount up basically on the X, rotating the X like slightly up. So it looks like there's a little bit of kick to the weapon. Yeah, so continuing on there. If mag is less than or equal to 0, then reload. We didn't create the reload. Why? Oh, God. Anyways, it will reload, and we'll create that in a second. Let's just... I don't think I check to see if the mag has bullets. No, we don't. So I want to test this before we start coding the reloading function. So we'll just have this there. Delay 1, weapon cool is equal to true. Okay, cool. So that should be good. We should be able to add this to our main logic here, and everything will be hunky-dory. Let's see. Yep, looks good to me, boys. Let's go ahead and jump back into the workspace here and test this out and see how much we messed up. So let's bring our little soldier buddy back over to the fight here. We got to shoot some innocent civilians, as soldiers do. Oh shit! Where'd your arms go, man? Oh man, argument missing. What? Argument is missing. Oh, did I miss a closing parentheses here? Yes, I did. Okay. Add that closing parentheses there, and then everything will work. Watch. Sick. You can see he's shooting 3 shots. I don't know. There's his helmet. You can see as they get further, he shoots a single shot. But yeah, now you can see they're close enough that he shoots burst. He's pretty far, so he shot single there. You see the little bullet trails behind the weapon. If we go over here, you can hear the wind pass as he's shooting at this guy, which is a great effect. And you can see the trail also behind the bullets, which makes the bullet look a lot better. And then you can also see the weapon kick every time he shoots. So yeah, it looks pretty good to me. All right, so let's continue on here. This video is already reaching an hour, which I did not think it was going to take this long. But you know, everything takes way too long to do in the Yellow Mustang channel. So anyways, function reload. Yeah, so when he runs out of bullets, we're going to have him reload. So if weapon aimed is equal to true, then we will reset the head, and then weapon aimed is false. We don't want to be looking down the sights while we're reloading. That would look weird. So reload sound, play. Yep. And then flip that variable, so reloading equals true. And then we are going to do some lerping magic to lower the gun again. So aimer weld dot part 1 equals nil, and then aimer dot cframe equals my torso dot cframe times cframe dot new 0 0.50, then times cframe.angles, mat.rad, negative 35, 0, 0. Oh, what did I do? All right. And then aimer, well, dot part 1 equals aimer. Okay, cool. And then if weapon aimed, then break. Aimed equals true, then, oh my god, equals true. Thank you. Then get rid of that, break. Okay, cool. So that'll lower the weapon for a certain amount of time to look like he's reloading, I guess. We will add an animation at some point probably to this once I find a decent one. So wait 2, reloading equals false, and then mag equals full mag. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and add this into here, and then we can go ahead and test it. Let's jump back into the workspace. You can see he shoots. This is probably going to take a minute. It's probably a lot of ammo. Okay, and there you go. You see, after he shot a certain amount of bullets, he takes the time to reload, and that looks good there. So, yeah. All is well in the world. All is well in the world. So, I think with that, we will end this part of the Marine upgrade. I will go ahead and close out the video here. In the next Marine upgrade, we're going to have him actually utilize the knife here. So stay tuned for that. And then after we get the knife set up, then we're going to add grenade throwing. And we'll do some other cool little features with him. So I would like to thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.
Oh, fuck. I can't believe you've done this. Oh, fuck. I can't believe you've done this. Oh, fuck. I can't believe you've done this. Oh, fuck.